Joining me now is Stratford Mayor Dan Mathieson. Thanks for joining me. And you have an economic response and recovery task force. So, what have you discovered so far with that group, and what are some of the highlights to come out of that?
Well, first, we're benefiting greatly from over 50 volunteers who stepped forward to be part of three different subcommittees. And what we've been working on with them is we've created an internet portal where every citizen has the opportunity to put forward their idea. It's looked at by this independent group. It's worked up into a reasonable plan if possible. And if it is feasible and possible, it's sent over to the city for immediate approval. From that, we have already approved the project Stratford Al Fresco, dining in the downtown, with adding picnic tables to public spaces and turning them into extensions of patios. And further this morning, the province of Ontario just announced that they're going to allow bars and restaurants to expand their patios, and they're encouraging use of public space, and liquor laws will reflect that also.
That's good news as well. There's been some commitments from the federal government, I believe, for Stratford.
The federal government has committed $400,000 through the Federal Development Agency of Southern Ontario, which is part of the Minister Melanie Jolie's Ministry of Economic Development. And what we are going to use that money for is regional tourism opportunities to help stimulate programming and, of course, help really drive forward the opportunity for Stratford to have some form of tourism season this summer, whether it's locals being out or as a regional play.
And we've seen some things starting to reopen, the skate park as well as some city washrooms. What do residents need to know about these things that are opening, and will we see more things like this opening?
So this past weekend, we began opening all the outdoor washrooms in the city, as many as we could. We've asked people to use them as they need to also they'll follow the physical and social distancing rules, make sure that the hygiene recommendations that are listed on the bathrooms are followed completely. They're from the Huron Public Health Agency. We've opened up other areas such as the skateboard park, as you had alluded to. We've had some challenges trying to keep the kids social and physically distant. We're going to work on a more of an education campaign, not only with the youth but also with their parents, because they also have an opportunity to play part in this.
As things start to reopen, what's the message you want residents to take away in terms of what we still have to do to control the pandemic?
Well, Friday was the 12th week since the city of Stratford started its pandemic response. And through that time, we've tried to give the most information possible. We've sent out 46 press releases. We've done 10 videos. We've done a number of these types of interviews. We've asked everyone to remember that over the last 12 weeks, we've made great strides. We've had to give up a lot of freedoms that we're used to in an effort to flatten the curve. And that we asked them that, well, they are opening back up. It's still a time to remain vigilant and to make sure that we wash our hands, we follow hygiene, social and physical distancing, groups of 5 or less, all those things that public health has recommended to us as an opportunity to continue to control the virus.
And Stratford did have a Black Lives Matter solidarity vigil a few days ago. Are you looking at any changes for policing in the city or anything along those lines?
The Stratford Police on Friday, collectively between not only the chief and deputy chief, but the two inspectors that operate the department, along with the head of the police association, put out a joint communique which said that they are committed to ensuring that they have fair and equitable distribution of rights, or recognition of rights, I should say, that people are not targeted, and that they want to work together. They are, through public education, going to talk about the type of training they're giving their officers and to ensure that it reflects what is expected in a free and democratic society where race, religion, color, creed, all of those variables are not to be used against anyone but to be respected.
Anything else you want people to know, and where can people go for more information? Let's just remind them as well.
So the best place to go for more information is stratfordcanada.ca. There is the COVID-19 marker. You can click on it. It'll take you to all the information you need to know. If you have an idea with regard to recovery, please go to investstratford.ca. Again, submit your ideas through there. They'll be worked up through the committee and reviewed, and then making recommendations to the city. And I just ask people, as the good weather is upon us, to please remain vigilant and make sure that they're not doing anything that would harm their own health or that of others, and that physical and social distancing and proper hand washing is a way, very strong risk mitigation that can help us control the spread of this COVID-19 virus.